Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm wanting to share with you my labour and delivery story, though it's 13 months ago. So yeah, Ellie is now 13 months, but I never got the chance to document my labour and delivery story. So I thought I would do it now. So I had Ellie on the 19th of September 2013. When I was 40 weeks pregnant, obstetrician, he did the stretch and sweep I requested. I did do a lot of research on it just to see about the pain, whether people thought it was beneficial, all those types of things. So for me, it really hurt. I feel I've got quite a high pain threshold. So for me, I was like, oh, you know, I'll tough it out, this will be fine, but it actually hurt. So they sweeped the membranes and then they stretched the cervix out, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think after he did that, I was about 2 centimetres, so whether I was 2 centimetres prior to getting the sweep done or after, I'm not too sure, I didn't clarify that with him. He did let me know, look, things may work in a couple of hours, 24 hours, or nothing will happen at all. So I went home, I rested. I wasn't working at this point, obviously. So I was resting, putting my feet up and analysing all the types of pains or twinges I had. It wasn't until the next day, which I was so 40 weeks one day. At that point we had already discussed for me to start induction. So on the Wednesday I was going to be admitted into hospital anyway that night to start with the gel. So I remember about 12 o'clock the next day I went to the toilet, I was out with my mum and I noticed it looked like that my mucus plug had started to come out. So like, okay, freaking out even though I knew what it was. So I rang the maternity ward that I was scheduled to go into, and at this point they were chockers full. I had so many births and I mean I was already booked in to go in, so they said, you know, still come in but don't come in till later tonight. If you're concerned, come in though, you know, looks like things are on the move. So that day I just kept walking around trying to keep moving because that can help with, you know, labour to progress maybe. So I was just walking, but then my back was really bad, so I just needed to rest though. So I went into hospital that night, I think it was about maybe 8:30 or so, and they took me to my room and I just remember being so nervous and so scared because I was thinking the next time I leave this room will be with a baby, and I just, so I was just so scared but really excited at the same time. They started the gel at I think about 10 o'clock. I can't remember what the gel was called, but I know it's meant to just help things move along. I remember feeling a few little twinges and slight contractions maybe a couple of hours after they had inserted the gel. But I remember then at 4 o'clock in the morning the midwife wrote me up, and then they needed to do the second lot of gel. And I think by that point she said I was 4 centimetres and she wasn't happy with the progress of it. So she said, look, either way we're going to break your waters, so we can either do it now or wait till another midwife comes in and we can do it then. So I said to her, you know what, let's just get it done, get it out of the way. When she broke my waters, it was quite painful. She said something like my cervix was on a weird angle, I don't know, but she had trouble getting to it. But she did it and yay! So that was a relief. So I knew that, okay, things could start to move along. At 8 o'clock in the morning my obstetrician came in and he said, how far are your contractions? And I said, oh, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes apart. And he was like, no, we need you to be, you know, a couple of minutes apart or so. I had already had a cannula in my hand, and then they put the, I think it was Syntocin. It's quite a strong induction drug, so they put that through, and not long after they did that I started to really feel the contractions. So I was walking up and down the hallways to just help. I was using the big exercise balls to just bounce and move around on, and I felt like I was coping well with that. At this point I was just using a breathing technique. I felt that that was working, and then I thought, oh, you know, maybe because we had a room with a bath in it, I thought, well, let's just give it a go. As soon as I stood up to walk to the bathroom, that was it. The pain, I don't know what it was, but as soon as I stood up, the pain was so overwhelming. I had to lay down in the end, and as soon as I lay down, that was it until Billy was born. So the contractions were getting really full on at this point, and to the point where, you know, I was on my side just rocking. I wasn't talking to anyone. I just was trying to really focus on my breathing, which helped, but then it got to a certain point and I said, you know what, I need something. So we tried the gas and air. We had it on at the lowest setting, and for me, I didn't feel like it was doing anything. Then we turned it up to a higher level, and then I was just sick. So that was that, like, I'm not using that. So then I said, I think I'm gonna need an epidural. So thank goodness the anaesthetist was available, and he came in really within a matter of, to me, what seemed like 5-10 minutes. Whether it was longer or shorter, I don't know. But he came in, he was explaining it all to me, what the procedure is, do I understand? And I was having contractions during this, and I was just like, yep, just please do it. But they need to make sure that you're aware of what they're going to do. He started the epidural, and I was in a state of mind where I was like, I really do not care, just, you know, please do this for me. And I felt like it stung a bit, but you know, it didn't hurt. I remember it quite vividly, and I remember it stinging, but when you're in that much pain from the contractions, you know, a sting is nothing. So, and then we asked, you know, how long will it take to kick in, and he said it could take 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, we can do this, you know. But I'm so grateful it kicked in within a few minutes. As soon as it kicked in, that sigh of relief just came over, and I knew I could just relax and just get my mind focused again. And I remember the reaction to the epidural, I was shaking a lot, which I wasn't cold, I wasn't hot, I was very comfortable, but I was just shaking, just my body, I think, and the adrenaline rush and just, you know, all that stuff, because your body's gone through so much pain that it's like, okay, I've got some relief. I was able to have something to drink, I'm pretty sure, yes, I could have something to drink. I was able to lay down and just talk to everyone again, and my body was so relaxed. The midwife came in and asked, now I think this might have been about 12:45 in the afternoon, I think. And she said, look, I'm going to put a catheter in, but before I do, let me just check, see how far along you are. I thought, oh good, because I didn't really want a catheter, but she checked and she said, oh, I can feel baby's head right there. So it was such a good feeling, and just to know that, because my body was so relaxed, it helped. But also, just going back a little bit, as soon as they put the epidural in, then they put the Syntocin up to like 9 or 10, the highest level. So I'd say that played a big part in me being fully dilated. My obstetrician in, and I think it was about 1 o'clock, I started pushing, and the hardest part is the baby getting through the pelvis area and just like that dip. So that was the hardest part, but I felt the need to push. I didn't feel pain, but I did feel the need to push, which is good. I was glad. So as soon as I said, I think I'm going to push, then they helped me with that. So I had my now husband Andy and my mum in the room with me. They were helping me. The midwife was there helping me. I did have mum, obviously mum and Andy helping me as well, but they were seeing what was going on. And then at 1:47, Ellie was born. And I remember it so clear. There are still the things that, you know, I may not remember, but I do remember Ellie there. She was here and the cord was wrapped all around her, but it wasn't dangerous. So she was fine. They had the CTG, I think it is, the monitor on my belly the whole time delivering. So they were tracking Ellie's heartbeat the whole way through. I might do another video as well, as Ellie had some minor complications 24 hours after birth, so I think I'll do another video on that one. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!